game is getting crazy. It's getting out of hand.
I feel like the refs have lost control.
What's up, guys? It's Brian with State of Soccer, and we're back for a big one today. This is a World Cup vlog. It's the United States 250th anniversary, which means it's officially July 4th, 2026. And we're heading down to Center City, Philadelphia for today's Paraguay versus France match, round of 16. Before we do so, I'm gonna have a quick sip of this. This is Yerba Mate. I'm trying to tie the cultures together today. I got my Paraguay jersey. You'll see State of Soccer Dad in a second. State of Soccer Dad sporting a really fresh kit. Gotta wait to see that. But I have my Yerba Mate here, and this stuff's really good from Yerba Crew, which is a Philadelphia-based company. And the amazing thing about Yerba Mate, it's officially from Paraguay. That's where it originated from. Popular now in Argentina, Brazil, other places around the world, and getting surprisingly popular in Philadelphia. So wait for some history around that, some French history later on, some sights and sounds pre-match, during the match, post-match. This is State of Soccer, and follow me on this match day vlog, World Cup style. Let's do it. There he is, State of Soccer Dad. How you feeling for today?
It is really hot. Gotta drink plenty of fluids, get ready for this, and load up for the match. Excited to cheer for France today.
What jersey you have today?
France.
Statue of Liberty France jersey. It's a fresh kit. We're excited for today's match. Let's go. All right, embarking into Philly, taking the local train in. Then we're gonna head over to Center City, probably Old City, Philadelphia for our first couple stops. Come with us guys here on the train, the local regional. Dad, how long have you been taking this train for? How many years?
God, I first started taking it maybe 50 years ago.
It's an old guy right here. We gotta keep him safe in the heat today.
I was very young when I first.
All right, now that we're all settled on the train, State of Soccer Dad, proper introduction. You've been on this channel before. Let's talk about that for a second.
Oh, it was a great experience. We were going to the Miami Union game, walking through the crowd, and you were asking me questions. And if I recall, I disagreed with you about the best players, and it apparently caused quite a controversy with my choice.
Yeah, you were saying that, what, Maradona's better than Messi?
I was.
Messi or Maradona?
Despite the spirit of the night, I'm still going to go Maradona.
Oh, wow. And then Messi scored in that match.
But we missed seeing Messi score because somebody got up to get food and walked right in front of us at the moment he shot, so we lost that moment.
But today we get to see Kylian Mbappé, and Kylian Mbappé, kind of they're going back and forth right now. Messi is right now the all-time World Cup goal scorer leader across multiple World Cups, and Kylian Mbappé, despite his age, might surpass Messi today. How many goals do you think Mbappé will score today?
I have a feeling 2.
And what do you think the score will be, France versus Paraguay?
I think 4-2.
4-2, okay. I like that score line.
I know I said this before, but I want to emphasize it's really important to hydrate.
He is a medical doctor. You've said that a couple times now. I've heard it already. But we're both getting our water in. Are you going to have any beer today? Are you going to get your drinks in?
No. Alcohol dehydrates you. So I'm going to drink fluids, but I'm worried about the crowd, and gosh knows what FIFA's going to charge for water out there, too.
That's good. Should they drop the prices on a day like today?
I would hope they would, but I haven't heard great things. So
yeah,
maybe they'll charge more.
I think my prediction for today, it's a little closer. I think in light of Cape Verde's performance against Argentina, where they lost 3-2, I'm thinking that Paraguay thinks anything is possible. They just beat Germany. We're now in the round of 16. It's do or die for both squads. I'm going to say it's 2-1 France. I do agree with Mbappe. I think he'll score 2 goals, and I think Miguel Almiron will score 1. And I really think it's going to come down to the wire. All right, so we're officially in front of Independence Hall here on the 250th anniversary of the United States. Like we said a million times on this video so far, it's really hot, but the people are coming. They're starting to show up. All the fireworks and festivities will be here later on here in the home of independence, Philadelphia. Probably the best place to be for the World Cup on today's date, as well as best place to be for July 4th. Some Paraguayan fans over there. We see a lot of French fans coming in. Here's Fox's media tent set up. Let's just keep exploring this. This is pretty cool so far. Walking around here. National Constitution Center is over there, and we'll see the Liberty Bell here in a second.
Yeah, we're standing here by the Fox studio outside as they prepare for World Cup. I'm telling you, Brian, State of Soccer Dad could go back and forth quite easily on this field. I think I could handle, probably even in this heat, I could handle 60 minutes there. I think I can do it.
Tell us where we are right now, too.
Oh, right now we are in the shadow of Independence Hall. You can look over there and see that. This is where it all started. Fox got prime real estate for sports right here, right in the shadow of it. I'm not surprised with the World Cup having the role it is in Philadelphia today. So we're all excited. We can see the games that are going on right now, and of course, we're heading to the big game between France and Paraguay.
America's independence, the United States, all happened right here. The bell was ringing out. There were no fireworks back then. There's gonna be a lot of fireworks tonight. Over here, we got the Liberty Bell, a huge line for that. And you can see a lot of soccer fans too. There's a lot of football supporters here, French jerseys. I've seen a lot of Germany jerseys as well. I think that's because Germany thought they were gonna be here, but no, Paraguay is instead. And Paraguay has a really nice red, white, and blue kit for the 4th. We're gonna walk around a little bit more. We're probably gonna head to a sports bar pretty soon because it is really hot out here, but everyone's getting super patriotic, ready for the 4th, ready for the match. This is one of the most exciting days I can remember right now. I'm absolutely pumped for today.
I'm obviously cheering for France today, as I said I earlier was going to do, but one of the reasons I am, and a lot of people don't realize, is France played a really big role in the independence of the United States. They came through when a lot of people weren't, and they really supported a lot of the revolutionaries back in the day.
Here's the second bank here in Old City, Philadelphia, and despite this being the second bank, there's a lot of firsts in Philadelphia. You know, Benjamin Franklin was coined for creating, you know, the first fire station, the first printing press. He was also the first ambassador to France. That's another connection we have. Okay, we're at 257 South 4th Street in Philadelphia. This is Society Hill area of Philly. Right here, it's actually one of the homes of Yerba Mate in the United States. In 1899, there was a commercial fair for Yerba Mate, the Commercial Congress, and Yerba Mate was presented in Philadelphia for the first time. And there's actually a book that I found, all thanks to Yerba Crew, who is the sponsor of this video, and this is actually the home of that specific address and the home of Yerba Mate in Philadelphia back in 1899, around the early 20th century. So much history in Philly, but I bet you had no idea that that individual who wrote the book was also from Paraguay. So ties to Paraguay, ties to Yerba Mate all over the city of Philadelphia. All right, probably way too much history for this one, but when Philadelphia was first laid out by William Penn, he actually laid out 4 parks, and this was one of them, Washington Park. There's 3 other parks in Philadelphia, the most famous being Rittenhouse Park, but kind of looks like New York around here, if you ask me, or somewhere in Paris, maybe Parisian. We're walking now to the train, Orange Line to Xfinity Live, which is now known as Stateside Live. How you feeling, State of Soccer Dad?
Oh, looking forward to it. Get some food, cool off. It's definitely very hot, so we want to cool off to about 99 degrees or 100.
Yeah, but the heat conditions, like it feels like it's 120. Up here, actually, this is kind of like the center of Philadelphia in a way, if you want to call it that. I just showed you a video of City Hall. And here we have a compass here in the center of Philadelphia. One of the most beautiful buildings in Philly, I have to say. And up here is the portal. I'm not sure which European city this is.
Here's we're heading west.
You're heading west right now. We are heading west.
Philadelphia has set up its own soccer field for mini soccer games, so little kids can come out and play. There he is, the best. I stand by Maradona all this time. Here's a supporter in front of us.
All right, so we are outside Lincoln Financial Field. I'm so excited for this one. This is my 10th World Cup match. Can you believe that? My first ever knockout stage match. This is the round of 16. This is Paraguay. This is France. This is in my home backyard. So let's go inside. We have these lanyards here for club access. Let's go see what that looks like here at the link.
Through a game that unites the world.
Go right there. Come on. This game is getting crazy. It's getting out of hand.
I feel like the refs have lost control.
Substitution. Leaving the match, number 19, Julio Enciso. He's replaced by number 24, Gustavo Caballero.
So right now they're reviewing for a possible penalty. This could be a very important play in this match.
Penalty just given to France against Paraguay. Let's see what happens here. And Paraguay's done so well, 5 in the back all match long, playing super tough defensively, but it was only about time when France was going to break through, and here we go for the decisive moment in about the 65th minute. All right, thoughts on that match? It was disappointing. I think Paraguay played their game plan to a T. I think overall they're very defensive. They had 5 in the back for the majority of the match, up until the point that the penalty was awarded to France. And that really destroyed their momentum there. They were getting into France's head, I could tell, and it was a chippy match too. I think the refs completely lost control, and that was Paraguay's game plan. They really wore down France, and that penalty decision took away all the momentum. And then they had to shift to a more offensive mindset, which State of Soccer Dad mentioned they might have been smarter to do that a little bit earlier.
Well, the way they played at the end, and again, I don't know as much as you guys do about soccer, but to me, it seemed like they played really well when they got aggressive. And maybe if they had done that a little longer, they might have done better, but who knows? I'm just disappointed, that the referees played such a big part, especially going back and reviewing it later. I'm not a big fan of that. I think you either call it at the time or you move on.
Yeah, it was really strange because Miguel Almiron had to run the entire length of the field, and then they called it back for a penalty. They weren't really decisive with any of their calls, which I think was strange. You got to be one way or another as a ref. They didn't set the tone, and that's why there was so much fighting on the field. And you can see throughout the match, they definitely were getting in France's head, but unfortunately for Paraguay, the match stops. It stops here. It's a single elimination knockout from now on, and France is moving on to the quarterfinals, and we are heading back into Center City to take the train home. back where we started. How are you feeling?
I'm tired, but it was quite a day. Really eventful and fun, I'll tell you. Nothing like a World Cup.
All right, guys, and that does it for today. We are heading back on the train back to the suburbs. And with that, this is State of Soccer signing off after a 1-0 France win over Paraguay. Let's hit the train and go home. And I'm about to take a shower. I'm exhausted and super hot right now. I'll see you guys in the next episode.
I know I said this before, but I want to emphasize it's really important to hydrate.